So we have a interesting show for you guys today. But before we do that, hey, welcome back to Spectator Podcast, episode 200, or some people like to say 200 because they use letters instead of numbers. I don't understand that, whatever. But welcome back to the show. Yeah, they do that. It's a thing, and it drives me up the freaking wall. So you may know who I am by my voice. I am Keith the Menace, also known as Keith Mitchell, an editor-in-chief for the Outerhaven Productions, also the guy who has a very massive headache because I guess post-PAX illness or whatever the hell this is. Whatever. Of course, we got our buddy Gacillas there, who's what do you Vanquisher? What? Pronounce it for me.
Lashik Vanquisher, the one of the hardest bosses in Phantasy Star 4. I beat it in my first try. No, I haven't played a game in years. First try beating. Woo! And that means I'm now the GOAT, and you all have to just say Gacillas is the GOAT. You gotta say it. Yeah.
If you don't say it, you're better than Alice then, I guess, right?
I'll give you a chance so you can chew on.
Well, first of all, Alice, great woman, died for no reason. I feel comfortable.
She's just a cop out. She's a copy of Nell. Nell was the OG. Let's stop there.
Whoa.
Alice was the OG.
Yeah, I was the OG. Like, whoa, buddy, you shooting? What are you getting at here? What are you?
Kevin Kelly over there because we're getting off this subject, and of course my buddy Scott. So we got a lot to talk about. But before we do any of that, we're going to talk about games we played and stuff we watched. And I'm not going to do that because I was at PAX West. So we'll talk about that in another segment. So I am deferring myself over to Gacillas.
Cool, man. Games I've been playing. Yeah. So games I've been playing. So far has been, as I earlier mentioned, Phantasy Star 4, playing offline. I've been posting screenshots and my takes of like memes of it on Blue Sky. I've been playing Stick It to the Stick Man. I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 PvP. I've been playing a lot of Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising because it's a fighting game I can stick to. I enjoy it. I don't think Wilness is broken. I think he's a really fun character, but you have to be good enough to play him. That's why I feel like it's because he's a skill check. He's a link based character, so that's about it. I've also been playing a lot of Final Fantasy 14 PvP. I promise. One day I will complete Endwalker, but not today. I've also been I played the collection pack of Operation Night Strikers. It's on this YouTube page. I've done all 4 games, and I feel like Space Gun and Operation Space Gun and Night Strikers are the best games of that collection. Operation Wolf is, let's be honest, kind of cheap because towards the end of the game, you only get you cannot use continues anymore the hostage situation just felt weird. And I've also been playing a lot of Starlight Revolver. It came out. The developers have been making patches to fix the game, particularly fixing Q and the grindiness of it. So I'm really, really happy about that update. The game is in early access, so I'm really, really happy about it. I used to main Effie, but now I play Ren, the support ninja character. So I've been having a lot of fun with that. It's a really great game. I recommend you guys check it out. And the final game that I have been playing is I got into the playtest to play Sonic Racing Crossroads. Probably the best kart race in the market. Better than Mario Kart, but that's just me.
I forgot that came out. I mean, I didn't forget, but ever since we came out,
the playtest, it's a playtest out. But yeah, it's definitely. I stand by. It's better than Mario Kart. It's definitely better than Mario. 100%
I think somebody said that before. Did you say that already, Scott?
I might have.
He might have. Yeah, he might have taken the Sega check.
Sega check.
I will take all checks.
I'll take all checks.
That it? We moving over to
that is it. That's all I've been doing, man. I don't have a big list here.
You're on. What you got?
What do I got? I know watching wise, I started watching Zoid's Chaotic Century. So got to the first part. It's kind of excited to see that, basically the whole Metabots thing where the main character's a kid and he just realizes, oh my gosh, look at that. I found this thing and now it's actually one of the most badass Ligers ever. And I just magically activated it because this random dinosaur thing just jumped inside of him, So
right, but is it a Jushin
Liger?
His
correct name. Call him by his name.
Yeah.
What?
Zeke. Call him by his name.
Yes, Zeke.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, Zeke. Totally. And then he finds this random other thing in there too. I'm not gonna spoil that.
I mean, it's like 15
30
years.
years.
Maybe, yeah. It's there's no spoiling Zoids.
Yeah. Okay, so he finds this random girl as well too, but I think that's like an android maybe. So that's
Have you not seen the entire series before?
No, I've only watched the what's it called, the competition one. You know, the one where Bit Cloud runs around and he starts like fighting.
That's
everybody.
the only one you've ever watched? Okay, never mind. I'm not going to say anything. Yeah,
That's like,
you enjoy the show.
I know.
Oh my god!
Go in with an open mind.
I'm shameful. I'm shameful.
Good stuff.
Right, and after you watch that, you consider playing this RPG series called Legend of Heroes. It's actually pretty good. Oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong podcast on that one.
You sure are.
You know what's really weird about Zoids though is the fact that it's Zoid's Chaotic Century and then it's Zoid's New Century.
Yeah.
I forget what the other ones were called, but don't worry about it because those are ass.
Exactly.
Those weren't
That
good.
was strange. I'm like
Those
even the
weren't good.
Netflix one too. Actually, I watched some of that.
The only good ones are the ones with Century in their name. The other ones were terrible.
Mm.
Terrible.
I get you.
God, terrible.
Yeah.
We needed a part 2 of New Century.
Mm.
But continue. I'm sorry for going on a tangent.
Okay. Let's see. City of the Wolves. I jump back in because Ken.
Are you Ken enough?
Are you Ken enough? Yeah.
I think Ken brought a lot of people back into the yard for that.
Honestly, he kind of did, even though he's basic AF. I mean, you had to admit that, right? If he's basic AF.
Nah, I mean he's based on 6, right? So like he gets a lot of his
Basic
stress.
AF.
It's not basic.
Yo. Okay, can you hit crouch? Can you hit crouching Lomos? Yes. You know how to chain a basic combo? Then yeah, you can play this game. That's it. He's basic AF. There ain't nothing else you got to do with this character.
Yeah, I mean he has no tricks. That's the thing, right? Like it's a lot of it is standard. I agree, but a lot of his bread and butters they're nice. Like
I mean,
sure,
yes, I
there's
love
a lot of effort.
I love hitting EX Tatsu into EX Dragon Kick into DP into Super. I love doing that 10 times a match. I love it.
Yeah, but you get a good burnout real quick. That's the thing. Like I don't have
I mean,
to rethink things. I do a feint, and then it's just like
what do you mean? Think about it. These are Street Fighter players. Come on, the meter comes back. Come on, man. You gotta think about it. Wrong game.
Comes back. Not really. I mean, you get burnt out pretty quick, right?
You're putting too much emphasis the idea that they're going to play for more than 15 minutes.
Wow. Jeez.
What else you got?
What else I got? Let's see. I got Street Fighter 6. I also got Virtual Fighter 5, Ultimate Showdown, aka Revo. We'll
go.
back into that. Yeah. As well as Mecha Break. Finally made it as a general. So that was quite the climb. Kicked my ass a lot after a certain point. But after, I guess, when I was right in a Grandmaster, like I started finding people I can actually talk to while I'm fighting. So that was fun. And of course, the game I'm reviewing at the moment, Daemon X Machina, Titanic Scorn. I mean,
Exosuits are back.
Exactly. To me, so far, I feel like it's like if Anthem went right.
If Anthem wasn't a sad state of a game.
Exactly.
Poor Anthem. Jeez.
Serious. But I've been having a lot of fun with it though so far. It's crazy. Like some of the improvements, and of course, I mean, I felt the same way. I'm like, exosuits, really? But this is not an arsenal. This is what is this is Vanquish on crack. That's all this is.
Kind of, yeah. That's what they're shooting for.
But when I started getting into it and just filling it out, it felt like something totally different.
All right, and we got Scott. Let's see what he's got here.
Alrighty, so I won't tell you anything about the PAX games till we get to the PAX section, but I do have games that I have been playing outside of PAX stuff. The first one is a review that went up basically as soon as PAX started, which was Shuten Order. It is a visual novel experience done by the director, and it is actually really good and really fun because it's basically it's one visual novel, but it's also 5 different visual novels at the same time. Because you have like the basic like 2 to 3 hours of where it's like a normal visual novel experience and getting some of the like mechanics of the game, which ultimately the mechanics of the game is going to be about a mystery, because the whole mystery thing is your person is dead and gets then summoned by angels to figure out who killed you and why they killed you and all the details surrounding that whole thing. Because once you figure out who it is and if you can actually get them to confess that they're the one who killed you, you actually get to go back to your body because God didn't want you to die yet.
So it's Ace Attorney, but you're the dead man, essentially.
So you have like 5 different routes you can choose from, because there's 5 different like founders of this organization called the Shuten Order, who are all about the end of the world, basically. And depending on which one you choose to follow is what kind of visual novel experience you're going to get. You can get like a normal like Ace Attorney detective mystery. You can also get like a horror visual novel experience. You can also get like an escape room experience. You can also get even a dating simulator experience if you really want. So it's really fun because it plays around with a lot of the different types of visual novel genres to give you like all the visual novel type genres in one game. And based on which one you choose is going to be the experience that you have. And luckily, like the actual game will give you what type of genre you're going into when you decide what route you want to take. Because at like the end of the first chapter, it'll be like, who do you want to go follow? And then it'll give you a little like message underneath each of their names, like, hey, this one is the detective novel, this one is the horror novel, this one is the escape room, this one is the dating simulator. And you have to basically figure out which one of these could have been the one that killed you. And so I really enjoyed that how they played with that as like an element. And also the artwork in it is just fantastic. It's really unique and it's really bright and colorful and vivid. I really enjoyed it, but if you look a lot of the reviews online, a lot of people just don't like visual novels anymore.
It's an acquired taste, man. Welcome to where I'm at, the Point Click Adventure Club. It's like, oh man, the genre that allegedly killed my genre is out of business. I wonder what happened. Jokingly, it's
yeah. I mean, that was actually that's the other path, I believe, is the adventure point and click visual novel experience.
Yep.
So that was so you have all 5 of those types of routes that you can take. So but yeah, visual novels and point and click adventure novels, I'm sorry that the critics online don't like you that much. You are still valid game genres and you still have your fan base, as small as they can be.
Something the system, something the man, something Kevin Kelly is the greatest and impact player in America. You know.
You're still on this?
He's still on it.
I mean, you haven't beat the allegations, have you?
He will show up to your funeral just so he can put that on your tombstone. No.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the epitaph, I bet. Yeah.
Like you, how are you obsessed so on it? I mean, you still can get your title back. You challenge that girl in Tokyo. She's ready.
Alrighty, the second game that I've been playing, this is the one that I hope to review by the end of the week. It depends on how all my PAX coverage goes, because as Keith, as well as especially Matt, knows that there is a lot of things you have to work on at PAX, and a lot of that deals with writing stuff after the actual event. But anyways, the second game is Chip and Claws versus the Brainioids, and it's kind of an interesting like if you played the game like Overlord, where like you take the place of like one person and you're working on building up like an army or like building up bots and building up like resources and buildings to do specific things. That's how Chip and Claws is versus the Brainioids is. You're basically trying to stop the Brainioids from taking over your world. So you basically go in and create like robots, and these robots will then destroy the Brainioids, and then you have like can make your own army. And you have to hope that your army is bigger than their Brainioid army. And that depends on you finding like resources all around the maps that you get access to. There's a bunch of multiplayer things on it too, but I haven't tried any of the multiplayer game modes. I've just been going through the one-player stuff. And it's pretty unique. I really am enjoying at least the way that it like builds up. There are still some nitpicks I have with it, like how long it can take before you can find the specific building you want to build. But I think that's more just catered towards the campaign because you have to go from like one section to the next section. You can only do it with like one or two specific buildings that produce one to two specific types of units. So it can be a bit of a pain in that way. And the third game that I've been playing is one of the ones that I've just been playing because I received it, which is the Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth on the Switch. Because the Nintendo Switch copies are starting to go out from East Asia Soft. And it does, like, I really do love the Neptunia Rebirth series, but playing, like, Neptunia Reverse, it also showed me just how many quality of life features that the game is missing. Like, when you lose to a character, you just have to go straight to a save spot, and you don't have autosaves, so you have to constantly, like, save. And then when you die to a boss, you don't get the retry boss button. You have to go all the way back to the beginning of the map again. And it's just like, I wish I could do that, which guess what? In Nintendo Reverse, which is the remake of Neptunia Rebirth, you can do that. They added all the quality of life stuff. It's just they decided not to bring that over to the Rebirth games because I think they're just porting over the PS4 Japanese version, but putting it in English because that one has all the DLC included.
Well, don't expose the game right here, okay? You're not the first one that said this, okay? Some other people, some other websites said it as well, and I didn't want to put that out there. Don't just keep it. Just say it's a complete edition of the game. Say that. I mean,
it is a complete edition of the game, but I still wish that I had the complete edition of the game of Neptunia Reverse that had the graphics of Rebirth. So
we gotta turn Neptunia into Punch Bowl. If I turn Neptunia into Punch Bowl.
So in case you're someone who wants to get on the Switch, it's now finally available. If you buy it from Play Asia or like VG Plus, they both also do it. These are all international copies, but they have the English dub and the English version as the default settings, even though it's from Asia.
Jeez.
But it's also because they do this because Japan and like all of the other like areas of Asia already have an Asian version of Rebirth 1 on Switch that was released like a few years ago. And if you want to get that, you can get it cheaper and just get the only like Asian languages on the game.
Is that the one that includes for us, we consider spicy art book?
Yeah, it has a spicy art book. But
Yeah,
that's because
the
of
one.
one of
That's
the CGs from the game, which especially the first two Rebirth games, they had some pretty spicy art. The third one has moments of spicy art, but they don't come near the level of like 2. 2, I think, is 2 is literally the one that got rated M everywhere. All the other ones get rated E.
That's the one I remember. It's like, wait a second, is that the spicy art? That's the spicy artwork version. Like, okay, I see what's going on here.
Which 2 introduces, 1 is really good because it introduces the world. 2 is fun because it introduces the dimension that like is literally where everything takes place in. Because the first Neptunia, or the first Hyperdimension Neptunia, is in a completely different universe that has its own self-contained story. And then 2 is kind of like veered off from that timeline into a different dimension. And then, everything's super complicated if you want to look at the overall scheme, but just know that you don't really need to play them in any order. 2 and 3 technically 3 takes place after 2, but again, it's in a different dimension, so it doesn't really matter.
Which is kind of like the selling point. Okay, Neptunia is a game that is a meme of itself. It's low tier. This game is etchy and pervy. High tier. This game is actually a mockery of everything that is within the gaming industry and gaming news culture. Super tier. This game is a commentary.
The funny thing is just how a lot of the stuff from the like Neptunia Rebirth, like even though it's like commentary back during the PlayStation Vita era, it's still very relevant today because the gaming industry doesn't feel like it learns any of the lessons it needs to.
Learning is subjective. I'll leave this at that. Learning is subjective.
Now it just feels like there's a lot worse problems going on than just piracy.
Just a tad.
Just a tad.
Yep, it feels like that.
But yeah, those are the games that I played mostly, and basically the only thing I've watched has been K-pop Demon Hunter stuff because I went over to my sister's house for PAX, and their kids are addicted to the movie and all the songs, and that's everything they always ask about is they want to watch.
Sounds like my wife.
My wife. Yeah, it's a great good movie.
She was like, we were in the cab. We were in the Uber on the way. Where were we? I think we were going to the airport or something. And Golden came on. She's like, "That's my song." I'm like, "Oh God, here we go." All right,
It's on the radio now.
It's on the radio
Yeah.
now. All we need is a radio.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
Not today.
Absolutely. Yeah, trust me, man. It's what Freddie wanted. Okay, you gotta respect Freddie, and I mean Freddie from Guilty Gear, not Freddie Mercury. It's that guy.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I
no.
thought you were talking about Freddy from Fred. No.
Freddie from Fred, huh?
my night for Freddie.
Yeah, I am
Nice.
Freddie.
We done there, Scott? I don't want to cut
Yeah.
you off.
That's it.
Okay.
We can
All right.
move on. I know that I can take a lot at times, but it's only those 3 games.
Fair enough. So let me take a look at the agenda here before I start ranting. Where
No,
are we
let's
at
not
now?
Oh man,
You're
wow, you got a
you're right
timer.
there. Yeah,
You're right there. Wow, I'm so proud of you. You made a timer for yourself to rant. I'm like,
Yeah,
wow.
man, I got to get this stuff together. You want this show up tonight or tomorrow? So
Whoa!
timers.
Tonight, yo, it's what about the good times? You know, we're here for the good times.
I live in America. There are no good times.
The good
right.
times
Whoa, whoa,
died when
whoa, whoa,
Obama
whoa, whoa.
left. You know?
Dude, there's no good times today.
What?
Tomorrow.
You got
Who
no good
knows?
times.
No,
I haven't
no.
watched that show in years.
We're not
What are you
like you.
talking
We're
about?
not like you in Canada who just got
Dynamite.
Dynamite. Yeah, Dynamite. Look, you guys got the KFC pickle coming back, man. I can't believe you guys love
Jeez.
pickles. The dill
What?
pickle, fried pickle thing, man.
Yeah.
KFC
We're
one.
We're not-
I might have to
anyway,
try
we're going to
that.
talk about this.
If you really want to, you
Stay
can.
on track here. So long time viewers and our listeners may remember once upon a time ago, I used to have this thing called Keith's Rant Corner when I ran about stuff with substance. I didn't just rant about stuff without having any backup. And I decided to bring it back for today because I'm getting a little bit frustrated of something I keep seeing on Twitter and Reddit and Blue Sky and pretty much everywhere on the internet. So bear with me. So there's this thing where people are getting upset at geek culture and gaming outlets because they have ads on them, and then they started going off saying that people who have ads on their website should pretty much go away because they hate ads. Okay, great, I understand it. People don't like ads, but then you got every other new website coming out here with online personalities that are like basically gods, okay? And they go, hey, subscribe to our website, give us donation money so we can pay our writers and do shit. And of course, you know, the lemmings are like, okay, sure, we'll do this. We'll give you all the money in the world. Meanwhile, I see same people that are bitching about people having ads on their website. So I want to come out and say, guys, that is very hypocritical of you all. It is not very realistic. Not everybody has the means to demand money from you. And even if they did have the means, if they're not running what you want or have what you want or have a person that you like, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to donate to that site. And that website is going to fail because this shit ain't free. It costs money to run sites. It costs money for the servers. It costs money for different services. It costs money to buy stuff for your employees and random other stuff. So the shit is not free. And I'm getting really tired of this nonsense from people who don't have any skin in this game whatsoever talking shit. Literally, you need to shut up. This is getting very bothersome. And I've been sitting back and biding my time and clenching my teeth for a very long time. I think I have TMI or TMJ now because of this. So thank you for hurting my health. I'm so tired of this. If you want to go give your bestest buddy who runs some website, I won't name their name because I'm not going to be rude, then go do that. But if you really want to help people, if you really want to help independent journalism, if you really want to keep people up and running on this platform because these sites are shrinking every day, shut the hell up, donate some money to them, hit them up, ask them, hey, how can I help you? Or just read their content and stop bitching about the ads.
Yeah.
I feel like the problem is that like people don't want to see ads, but they're not willing to like give you. Let's just. I'll give a very nice number. If we received $100 a month, we could probably run no ads. I'm guessing a number. It's not probably the real number, but that's just a guesstimate. Now, are you willing to make that happen? No, then guess you have to have ads. That's the way I look at it. Like I don't think
that's
people
the
willing
thing.
to.
That's the thing. That is the lesser of the two evils. and I'm so tired of it. I'll give you a great example, people.
Shoot.
I've been funding the Outerhaven since day one, and it's not a problem. And it's no disrespect to my coworkers because I love what I do and they love what they do. And I love seeing them do what they do, and I love seeing them succeed. I have no problem doing that. But the shit ain't free. I constantly take out of my paycheck. I sell stuff in my office. I do odd things to make money to put it towards the site and to make sure that we have what we need to continue to do what we want to do. So it's not free. So it's not like people randomly put ads on their website because they want to aggravate you when you come to the website and you have an ad blocking something. For those people who are doing that, they have really shitty companies they're working with, because you should never block the content. Never. Okay. But when you have people that are complaining about that, that's how they survive. They got like a bazillion ads on their website and they do what they do to survive. Yeah. Not everybody can do that. Not everybody's in a position that I am to do so. And then when I cease to be in a position that I do so, then maybe I'll do some weird, obscene thing. But until then, not going to happen. But there are people out there who can't, and they have a bazillion ads on their site. And it is what it is. At the same time, we'll back up. We have sites out there that have they have paywalls now. Paywalls.
No, I know. Yeah.
Like Game Informer has a paywall now.
Yeah.
Because
Bloomberg.
They're trying to stay around.
Yeah. Wall Street Journal,
Wall Street,
all the time
now doing.
Yeah, a lot of people. People using Substack. It's
and
something.
So,
I don't know.
The thing with that is now, or even before. Well, so now people have paywalls. So people go, well, I don't like the fact that our content is behind a paywall. I'm going to find a way around our paywall. Or they copy or somebody pays for it and they copy the content and they post it somewhere else.
Yeah.
There's a reason why certain things exist. There's a reason why we don't have our stuff behind a paywall, because one, you people probably wouldn't pay for it any goddamn way, despite us having some great stuff back there. Or two, you would find a way to steal it. So there's no reason to do that. So we don't have a paywall. So if we ask for donations, I don't want to hear people going, well, they're asking for donations. Why are they asking for our money? Why do you think every other freaking website out there is asking for your damn donation? There's like 5 sites I can name right now that are like, give us $10 a month, give us $20 a month, and you people give them the money without any hesitation. You give them the money. But when there's actually legitimate, great stuff out there, like ourselves and other independent outlets, you won't even spend a second to think about that. So when we put ads on our sites, why are there ads on our sites? This is terrible. I can't see what I want to read now. Which one is it? Which one do you want? Or do you want it to have the ultimate and we just disappear? Because that's what's going to happen to these sites. Yeah. If they can't get funding, people won't help them. They're going to disappear. Because people aren't going to keep paying out their paychecks or selling stuff or going beyond VR. What is it? What am I trying to say? If they're going to be on their means to take care of something that is, at the end of the day, this is a hobbyist thing. This is not our job. We have 9-to-5 jobs. We like doing this because of what it affords us. It gets us access to places. We get to meet really cool freaking people. Yes, we get access to games and other random shit.
Yeah, but
we like doing it. That's the part. We like doing it.
Ultimately, this is something that we love and we're passionate about.
So I hate when I go in these places and I see these things and I see these snobbish, elitist people going, well, they shouldn't have ads on their website. Then shut the fuck up, open your wallet, give us the money, and we won't put ads on our site. Oh, you don't want to do that? Well, then ads are going to be on the site. It is what it freaking is. It's money. And I'm tired of it. And I'm so tired of it. And if you're listening to this or watching this and are taking exception to it or getting frustrated about it, I want you to get frustrated. That's the reason why I'm bringing it up.
I'm more like my honest complaint about it is like I generally think people are going to spend their money what they're going to spend their money on. I think the problem is that like people saying this don't understand how hypocritical it is, because it's like there's always a cost analysis, an opportunity cost, and it increases over time. I'm not even getting to economic theory. Essentially, in a nutshell, if you want something to be changed and you have the means to go and do it, if not, then don't complain about it. I would love to log in websites that aren't have paywalls or ways for me to donate. I would love that. Hell, there are tons of independent journalists that make tons of their money through Patreon and Substack, and everyone access their content, I have to pay for it. Yes, there are people going to pirate and rip it or whatever, but there's enough of them making enough money that doesn't bother them. But I don't think like going like, well, they shouldn't have it to begin with. I'm like, how am I going to survive the means of making it? This doesn't come for free.
Exactly.
A website, a
Right.
YouTube page. Like I stream all of my, I stream all my art assets, my, the artists I work with, my music, musicians I work with. That doesn't come out of like thin air. I literally have to pay people to do that.
But the thing that really
In order to
bothers
do
me
that.
is it's not just the people that the audience. It's also sometimes the people that are running their sites, and they're like, "You'll never see ads on our site," right? But your shit's behind a paywall. So,
Yeah.
which one is it, guy? It's
That's
not a
hilarious, yeah.
sin, and I think it's a bully mentality or tactic that they're doing to people who don't have ads, but are like, maybe I should run ads because I kind of need the money, and they're like, we don't run ads, and it's like, so maybe you shouldn't either. And no, you do what you got to do.
No, I feel like what they're trying to do is
content. They'll be there.
Right, and I think that what they're trying to do is it's like a soft brag, or like I would say jokingly a jerk off move. It's like, well, I don't put ads. You're behind a paywall. You're not engaging the same market as I am. It is like a perfect example is Kevin and I are both Caribbean. If Kevin went to a patty shop, a proper Haitian patty shop, yeah. If I go around and say, we don't serve roti or doubles here, yeah, because you're in a Haitian patty shop. Why do you think we have roti for? That's a stupid thing to say, but you brag about something like that. Don't and Kevin, my people don't sell roti. You just hope you know that we don't have that.
Oh Lord,
sorry.
Oh God.
No call out. There's not call out, but no, you get that though, right?
Yeah. It's not meant to cause a long blown conversation. It's just
it's just
something in people's head because it's frustration. It's frustration for somebody who's been running a site for as long as we have, and sometimes we don't. A lot of times we don't get our flowers for what we do, and it's frustrating. You could chip in instead of giving like one site $50 every freaking month. How about you give them $45 or maybe $49 and maybe just give us $1? If for as many people come to our website, as much traffic as we get, if we had every one of those people give us $1, just or even 50 cents, we'd be in a fantastic position. So would other websites. The thing that I'm getting at is stop shaming people who are running ads because that's what they need to do to keep their shit running. It's terrible. Stop saying you should get rid of ads because it's just like our illustrious president. Tell us one thing and then go, okay, don't do this. Okay, great. So tell me your plan. So tell me how we're supposed to do this if we have to stop doing this. Oh, we're still thinking of one. Then shut up. Seriously, if you ain't got nothing in place, shut up.
Yeah,
that's it. I'm sorry.
Like I said, it's kind of a brown beating stick move. Like I said, it's like bragging about something that you're doing that everyone else can't do. But you're not in the same market as me. You're not in the same position. So how would you get there? Again, like it's like going to joke.
Situations.
It's
pretty much.
It's situations. Yeah, it's like let me brag about we don't have no meat in my vegetarian store. It's a vegetarian store. Why would you have meat? You're not in the same market as me, buddy.
It's ridiculous.
So I don't want to dwell on that one because I think I've beat that enough. But I do want to talk about something that's a bit more positive. So if you see me on Twitter and or Blue Sky complaining about a certain thing that is trying to get onto one of the biggest internet gaming, TV, movie, I think other thing aggregate known as Metacritic, we finally were able to get on Metacritic as of last week. So we're finally on there. So you'll see our stuff, our reviews over at Metacritic, which is fantastic stuff. I'm glad to see that they finally recognize that we're good enough to be there. So that just means one less thing that I get to rant and complain about. Scott, are you saying something? Because I'm not hearing you. Okay, there you go.
I'm just laughing. You're good.
So there's that. So there's a lot of stress off my ass for that because I felt like I was letting my team down by not getting us on there. So we're on there now. So
oh man, no, congrats to that, man. Seriously.
Yeah, we
finally
did it.
It's all of us and all the people who come to the site who just don't give us $1. But
yeah, that's
it's better than nothing. I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah, even if you can't donate or give the 50 cents or whatever, we still appreciate you coming on the website.
Yeah, exactly. Reading our stuff, watching our shows. It's important.
And then when we're at events and you go, oh, we know who you are.
Yeah,
Mainly
That
Keith.
helps.
No, that's
mainly Keith.
Apparently Scott's mad at me because apparently he keeps saying people say they know who I am. I'm like, I don't know how you know who I am.
I'll go to like, oh, Outerhaven. Yeah, Keith didn't come. Oh, Keith's here. Like,
Keith.
yeah. Do you know who I'm at? Nope. Okay, we'll just pretend that you're excited to see me.
If you're excited to see me, you better be excited to see my team. Damn it.
Yeah.
There's no I in team. I've always wanted to say that. Anyway,
I mean,
we're gonna move on for that. So yeah, that's some good stuff. So there was some magic in the air last week.
Yeah, last week.
Microsoft and Sony or Xbox and PlayStation did a prisoner swap apparently, and PlayStation got Gears of War, and Xbox got
not really.
Helldivers
I
too.
mean, yeah, I want to. Yeah.
I want to say it's a prisoner swap. It's like
I mean, they own them. Here you go. It's yours now. Now this is yours now. We're all sharing the prisoners. Enjoy that. Yeah. So, what do you guys think about it? I think it's fantastic. It's just one step closer to getting rid of this hardware. We need 2 boxes to play one freaking game thing. I love it.
Nah,
3
I look at
boxes,
it.
thank you. No,
3 boxes, thank
I
you. Yeah,
mean-
you always forget that the Earthbound. Yeah.
You're always gonna have 2
I
boxes
like-
because it's never gonna happen to Nintendo. Nintendo's gonna be like, whatever. We're not doing that shit.
I mean, yeah,
of course. Because
Yeah,
Nintendo's been
I-
around
I-
for
I see it. I
hundreds of
see it
years,
as
so-
the one. Yeah, well, it depends if their attitude evolve, but I see it as like this is the one time that Microsoft got a W. I'm very proud of them. All it took was a sell on someone else's platform, because no one's buying their games where they are. So that's what I like that. That was really good for them. They managed to sell a video game. An old
To be
video
honest,
game, but
I
they
don't
sold
want to
one.
get into this long rabbit hole of that, but I really do think, and Scott brought up a good point earlier, and I've said that to people before, and I know people are going to defend this, but Game Pass is not helping Microsoft.
No.
I mean, I've been saying that for like months, but okay, finally on the page, cool.
I mean, I've been saying it for a while. I mean, it's great for getting you in the door, but
And no, it's not. It's not even that good at all. I know it's not. It's a cheap. It's a cheaper social amendment that make you pay for less for something that's worth its value. It teaches you the commodification. But hey, whatever. We're all proud of you.
I mean, for the consumer,
it's definitely not a.
It's not good for the. It's not good for the consumer either. So if you're used to buying something for cheap, no. If you're used to buying something for cheap, I'm going to be serious. You're not going to ever pay things for full value. A perfect example of this is, I'll give a real life example. There's a burrito taco spot in my neighborhood. It's called Eva's Tacos.
Why do you keep talking about food?
I know.
Because
I think he's hungry.
No, I already ate. Food is easy to talk about.
He's hungry. He's still hungry. He didn't eat
He's
enough.
hungry.
Bro, I just finished 2 cans of almonds. I'm good. Thank you.
2 cans of almonds. That is not good for you.
So he's hungry.
No, I'm not. I'm joking.
I had macaroni pie.
Garlic.
I'm good to
Which
go.
ones were they?
So I don't know.
Yeah.
what's going on, man.
No, I already ate. It's just food is easy to talk about, unless you want to talk about economic theory. Okay, I'm back in grad school, and every example is food related or hunter gatherer. So you want to do hunter gatherer or food?
So you're taking us to school, pretty much.
Exactly. So basically, the problem is that like if Eva's Tacos is a good spot in my neighborhood, if they sell great burrito tacos and all that stuff. Now, for a long time, for 3 years they've been in business, 2-3 years in business, they always had buy one get one, right? So if you bought one set of tacos, you get another set of tacos for free, or a quesadilla, whatever, right? Great. Now they got rid of that. They no longer do that. Their sales went down, and I see no one going by that shop anymore. You know why? Because they commodified themselves so much that people only used to what it is. So you're never going to pay for the real price of the thing. You're only paying for the discount. And that's what Game Pass does. They try to get people in by paying a cheap price. You're never going to pay full price for games. It's bad for the consumer as well, because you psychologically train them to do that. That's cool. That's a version of social engineering, but let's not talk about economics and social psychology right now. Basically,
let's just get back to the whole.
So basically, Game Pass is bad across the board, both consumer and physical. I'm getting for cheap. You're only gonna pay for cheap. You're not gonna buy real games. Trust me.
I mean,
I agree with that. I agree with that. But let's get back on the topic. We can have
to the point. No,
empirical conversation about Game Pass another time, because that'll be like 5 hours of us sitting there. I'm not gonna last 5 hours with this headache. So I think it's a win for both sides. And when I say sides, I mean gamers. I could care less about PlayStation and or Xbox. I care about the gamers, the people who are buying this shit. So Xbox gamers are finally able to play Helldivers 2, which they should have been able to do from day one.
Yeah, but they didn't get PCs as much as they say they have. No.
So they should have did that. And Gears of War, which has been doing nothing for Microsoft for years.
Yeah,
can't imagine why.
So,
well, I mean, what happened after Judgment, right? And then after what? You've got 4 and 5.
After 3 is then nothing but a downhill slope into oblivion, baby. Once you spoiler kill Dom, downhill slope, baby, downhill.
Yeah, killing off Dom was terrible.
Hey, but he went out so well, though. That's
no. He went out like no.
That's what got me. I mean, I cared a lot more about him dying.
I mean, everybody's like, so he's with his wife, but really, come on, that's not.
You know what's crappy about it is that he got his life together. He grew a beard. He had a British girl after him. Dark booty wasn't enough for him, which says that he's a racist, jokingly, and he killed himself. That's all I gotta say. It's done. But what makes
using a school bus?
He sacrificed. He didn't kill himself. He sacrificed himself.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, to stop Lucas with a school bus. Come on, that is sick. Trust.
That's a school bus. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you're down for Al Qaeda terrorism, my guy.
That's a leap.
I do think that Don went on his own. He didn't have to do it.
I see Matthew over there. He's just jumping really high.
But again, getting back onto the topic, I do think it's a win for both sides, and I'm glad to see the gamers able to play both games.
And we do see there was demand for both games on both systems because both of them did really well on the opposite console.
Yeah,
Gears sold a lot on PlayStation, and Helldivers 2 sold a lot on Xbox.
I need to just stop us here for a second because of Helldivers 2 and Xbox didn't just get Helldivers. It was the freaking ODS 2 stuff that came with it.
Yeah.
ODS 2, what I've been saying for years, one of my favorite Halo games.
Yeah.
The
ODS
fantastic.
Yeah, ODST. Honestly, it's a perfect thing for Helldivers, especially if you know like the story of the whole Spartans.
Yeah, it was great. It was
great.
That was awesome.
I'm not playing it. I played enough Helldivers 2. I may come back, but I've been playing Helldivers 2 since day one. It's
because you have the thing called a PC.
Yeah, I'm Helldiver out. I don't have to play anymore.
I got some work friends I might play with because they sounded pretty interested in. So I'm like, you know
nice.
what? Let me come by and see what you guys are up to. You know, like
it's a great game. It's a great game. It's just I need more content, and they've been promising more content, and they have yet to do more content. So it's like. When you give me new content, I'll come back.
The story's stalled pretty much, right?
Oh, it's been stalled for a very long time.
It's now just the community at this point.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is a good community, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of people like Keith included who don't want just the community.
It's like I can only kill this bug or this robot for so many times before I get tired of killing the same thing over and over and over. But hey, new Xbox players, have at it. Have fun. Enjoy that shit.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised they didn't add anything new when it came to that. You know, like add another story to it. Well, the launch show.
I think Halo ODST was as much as they were gonna do.
Jeez.
You know, but hey, at least you know, ODST's there.
Yeah, you got a video game. Yeah,
you got that. And you got a return of one of my favorite Halo series. So I'm happy with that. Enjoy that shit. It was a long time coming. Enjoy it. Should have been day one, but whatever.
Halo should be next on the docket, right, for PlayStation?
I hope not.
PlayStation. I do believe there's need for exclusives, but also Halo needs to get their shit fixed.
Yeah,
Halo. I mean, they've been bad for like half a decade now. It is what it is at this point. Like it's whatever.
That Halo Infinite shit was like no.
Again, you've been bad for half a decade, man. I think that everything that you want it to be is whatever, man. Just play your OG pirated versions and be all right. I'm sorry. Play your Xbox versions, whatever. Pirate it.
Kill off Master Chief. Yep, I said kill him off. Kill him off. You got rid of Cortana. Kill him
We
off.
can get another random Spartan. I mean,
Yeah,
literally,
yeah.
he's just random Spartan named John. I know.
I nominate Mike Coulter and Nathan Fillion's characters and Guardians.
He wasn't a bad character,
Those
though.
two.
Was not a bad character, though. So I don't have a problem with that.
I want those two. That's it.
I hear more ODST and something like along the lines of Reach and stuff like that, because those are really good games. Get rid of Master.
Yeah.
I'm tired of Master Chief. I don't care about him anymore.
Mm.
Get rid of him. Oh my god. Have him go out like Dom. He's done.
With a bus? No.
With the bus, a bus, a swan song, a bus.
Okay,
Hellgate,
super
Black
soldier,
Black
and you're gonna use
Black
that bus on him? That's not gonna
It's a Spartan bus, so it works. No.
Bus. Yeah, give him a Land Rover. Give him a Land Rover. Give him a British black girl thirst. Make Cortana thirst over him because they already killed Cortana's character anyway, so who cares? And just go on with it. It's not like they care. Like,
I mean, they don't care. I mean, they replaced Cortana. Cortana's a bad person now because she went rampant. But don't some of them come back? But not Cortana. Okay, great. Hey, we got this new AI that's based off Cortana.
Won't she go bad eventually? Let's not discuss that.
Let's not talk about that.
But you replaced Cortana. Yes. Okay. Now do it to Master Chief.
No, the thing about the Cortana thing is kind of like where I realized Halo was dog crap. Is because the creators said they would never do that as a cheap opening. But hey, you slop monkeys played it, so that's what you get.
So terrible. Anywho, I think some Halo. So hey, what's next on the agenda here? We got some good stuff we want to talk about. Oh yes. So
some
Scott
event
and I
happened,
went
I
to
think, this
PAX.
week.
PAX.
Yeah.
That thing.
Yeah.
Hey Scott, why don't you talk about everything that you did at PAX 2025?
Alrighty, I'll talk about all that I can talk about PAX. There's still some stuff that is still under embargo, but
Take it from the top.
yeah. So the very first thing that I did is we got the chance to go to the Microsoft headquarters and try out the Xbox Ally X, which was honestly really nice. I really liked how it played. We got to play Silk Song on it because it exists actually.
It sucked. It was still the same demo from like.
Yeah, it's the same demo from 2019. So
just refined. Just
refined, more polished. I'm guessing they're hiding a lot for this game. Just like when it gets released, there's going to be so much that's probably going to be in the game that no one's ever seen because all these demos are super either early on or it's been something that's been worked on like 10 years ago or something like that.
Yeah, they're being very secretive about this.
Yeah, they are.
It wasn't even the game. It was like, here are demos. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Not
so we had like two areas in the demo. One was like the super early, like basically tutorial part, and then the next one was like a few levels later from the tutorial. So all of them were pretty easy, and that's coming from someone who really sucks at these games. I'm not the best at the Metroidvanias, especially those that require a little bit more skill with timing and stuff. Mainly because I'm the JRPG guy who likes turn-based. I like methodical approaches that I don't do too much on fast action stuff. Unless it's something like Yeast, where it's just really fun to being like creative combos and stuff like that. So it's just one of those things that I need to get better at. Which, speaking of random action games that is just about being creative, the next game that we got to try out was Ninja Gaiden 4.
Yeah,
which was really fun actually. It's funny because we talked to the PR guy or the marketing guy, I believe. He was over it while we were playing it, and he kept asking us, "So how does it feel? Can you feel like the influences of Platinum Games?" Or we just want to know if people can understand that Platinum Games is what helped make this the game it is now, or something like that. And the answer is yes. You can definitely feel the influence of Platinum Games in the game. It controls like a dream.
You don't even need to play the game. You could see it. We're sitting back there. And I'm like, I see this from this game. I see this from that game. And then at the end of the whole thing, I'm time warping. But at the end of this thing, I walked over to him again as he was eating, and we were about to leave. And I was like, tell those guys at Platinum, they're not sneaky. I see Vanquish. They got a Vanquish sliding in there that you can use to attack. I was like, I see that.
Yeah, honestly, Ninja Gaiden 4, like, I think Team Ninja partnering with Platinum Games was probably one of the best choices for this title. It controls really well. It gives you a lot of options and variety. Like you can do combos on the ground. You can jump onto the wall, grapple enemies from the wall. You can get on the wall and grab them to you, do air combos. You can then put them back on the ground, like slam into the ground, do AoE stuff. Like there's a lot of options and things you can do in this game. And it's just really fun. And it's really satisfying to like kill all of these like robotic enemies that you have to fight. Because
before you go, bro, I also want to say one thing. He did mention to us that the game has hit stop and you could disable hit stop. And
yeah.
I'm like, why would you want to disable hit stop in the first place? Because it is so good with hit stop on.
It's so smooth. It's so good.
What is
it makes it probably easier to do combos and
so Kevin, if you never heard
it's an accessibility, it's an accessibility thing.
It's not even accessibility. It's in most.
It's accessibility. It's
not really accessibility because it's in most
accessibility.
Let him explain it, Matthew, please.
all right.
So
Explain why you need help in your combos, okay?
It's not even that. If you ever played a fighting game, you know the moment you connect and there's like this ever so slight moment where it just freezes for a very minuscule second.
Yeah,
it's basically, hey, I've hit. Now I can go keep hitting again, or I can switch up my combo. Or it's that portion where it's very meaty and it confirms.
It's the free stream of hit stun. That's all it is, man. I'm surprised you didn't notice, Kevin. You've been playing things. It's like you hit me with jab, that in between jam. That's it.
And some games don't have it. Like every good action game will have this in there. And we ever hear people say it doesn't feel right when you're attacking, it's because that hit stop's not there.
It also depends if the game has hit delay or hit stratification or how hit collision works. That's the other aspect of it. It's not just hit stop, but anywho.
But it works so good in this game.
It does. It's very satisfying to play, and it's very just like when you get the feel of the rhythm of the combat, you feel like you have so much control and freedom over what you can do and what the enemies are able to do. Like if you are really fast paced, and they do a really good job of getting you a lot of different like HUDs for like enemies that are nearby you with like little like white circle. And if one starts like a little bit more flashing, then you'll know that there's an enemy about to attack you. And if there's a ranged enemy about to attack you, it has like a little white arrow next to it. So you know like, oh, I need to dodge or I need to parry kind of a deal. And if you get like the right dodge or parry, then it feels just even better because then you can the character I played was Ryu. I played Ryu Hayabusa, the main character of Ninja Gaiden. And he has a thing called Gleam mode where he has a thing called Gleam mode you can activate where when you activate it and you do another hit on someone, you go behind them. So you can parry someone, use Gleam mode, go behind them, and then get them to like an unblockable counter. Because if they're about to hit you, usually they'll like get ready to parry because they know you're about to hit them back. And you're like, nope, behind, attack, put them in the air, smash them back down on the ground, jump down, see a guy in the air, like grapple to the wall, then jump over and smash on the ground. It just feels so nice to play.
I'm gonna jump in here now. I know I told Scott to talk about what he played. We both played this game, so
yeah, we did.
So I played the other character who I've been telling people plays like Metal Gear Revengeance or Nier Automata 2B, and pretty much the same thing. He is very seamless when it comes to the combos. He can slip in, slip out. He can slip behind the character, start attacking again, and he has the blood attacks that he can use to extend his sword range. Also build up a blood meter that lets him do a massive hit, or can let him power himself up for a certain amount of time. Also, the sliding attack that can be charged to a blood attack, which can be turned into a regular hit. And he's just deadly. He's not as strong as Ryu, but he's faster.
Yeah.
And he has slicker moves, like he can swing from ceilings, run on the walls, jump into enemies. It's I really wish they let us record footage, but they were like, no.
I really did too. That'd have been fun.
So basically, they just Platinum Games was like, let's put Raiden in this game.
I was talking to people on Reddit about this, and they're like, does it feel like Ninja Gaiden 2? I was like, no, this is something completely different.
This is much different. You can definitely feel the Platinum Games. You can definitely feel the Platinum Games charm to it. Yeah.
Innocent Quiet,
yeah.
That's what it looked like from all the. Yeah, from
just
all the
wait for
videos.
man. Since we Paulie Francis, man.
Alrighty.
I do think that maybe it's going to disappoint some people who are looking for Ninja Gaiden 2 or Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge, but
Yeah, the Sigma experience, it's not really that.
Don't. Look, there's only one Ninja Gaiden game worth playing. It's 2, and the many variants of it. I don't recommend 3. 3 is a video game. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Need our help.
I remember playing, like, if you compare it, it's like, yeah, Ninja Gaiden, the other like 2 and 3 are probably more difficult if you're on like a base difficulty, but they do change that for 4 by letting you basically have a much harder difficulty. So if you feel like I want the more methodical approach to combat, then you can do like harder nightmare mode.
Yeah, that's what I did.
And that can make it a lot more methodical because you can just go into combos, but the problem is you have a lot less of a timetable of when you can parry or dodge. So if you go too early or too late, you basically get hit, and you can get a lot of health taken out from you
So
if you
it's a
do it that
smaller
way.
window, pretty much.
Yeah, but on normal, it almost feels like it makes you feel like Ryu is almost like an unstoppable god. I can just destroy the world with this character. Until you get to the boss fight, then you realize, oh no, I might have to be a little methodical.
Yeah, it was so good. We played on what was it we were playing on? I forgot the app.
It was I know it was on a
what it was.
PC, but I don't remember.
I think
what it
everything
was.
there was on PC. I want to say
Yeah.
everything because the other game, Super Meat Boy, I could see was on PC, but
Yeah.
I didn't see Ninja Gaiden.
They weren't being clever because the PCs were like right next to the things, even though it had the Xbox logo. And I'm just like, yeah, not even them are gearing their games toward the Xbox Series consoles.
It's interesting to see how it runs on Xbox. But yeah, it played so good. It didn't skip a beat. There was no issues, no stuttering, nothing. It was great.
Even when you had a bunch of enemies, it was still running like it was a dream.
Butter, pretty much.
It was really good. So after Ninja Gaiden was when we had to leave because I had an appointment with NIS America where I got to play a bunch of their games. So I got the chance to play, well, the first one that I started because I wanted to record this one really badly was the Trails Beyond the Horizon demo that they had there. We actually put it up on the YouTube channel.
Yep.
But ultimately, it is going to be an even more refined version of the Daybreak system they have currently implemented with like Trails through Daybreak 1 and 2. It's going to be a more refined version of that also adds a new form to the action combat, which is called ZOC, which basically makes your character hit a lot more powerful for a period of time, which makes it even more of a use case for when you have like a lot more enemies on the map or a lot more enemies you have to take care of, which I think will help a lot when you have sections of something, say like the Martian Garden. So for Getsilius, he probably hasn't, I don't think he's gone to Daybreak 2 yet, but Daybreak 2 introduced something called the Martian Garden. It's similar to the Reverie Corridor, where basically it's a humongous amount of battles and it's the way to gain a lot of experience in a little bit of time. So Trails Beyond the Horizon seems like they're adding another version of it. I didn't get to hear what it was called, but it's basically just another version of Martian Garden. More advanced version is what I'm guessing. But basically with the ZOC form, it allows you to take out a lot more enemies with the action combat. So you are actually focused on leveling up, and it makes things a lot quicker and faster paced. Because I'm guessing they're going to add more enemies to the allotment in the game, which makes sense. It also introduces Kevin back into the series after what feels like forever. So we get Kevin back, and it also reintroduces Reen into the Daybreak games. So now we actually get Reen to be a playable cast alongside the Van Arkride Solutions team. So currently, he only has Altina with him, and I'm guessing they'll have more Cold Steel characters make an appearance. The thing that I'm going to be more excited about when the game comes out is going to be how Shizuna and Reen react, because basically, in between Reverie and Daybreak, Reen and Shizuna had a big giant fight, and Shizuna broke his sword and took it and crafted it on her hilt. And it probably did not make them have the best relationship. So it's going to be excited to see how that works. Especially when you have a lot of people from the Daybreak team basically call Reen as the little apprentice or little disciple of Shizuna. And he's like, I'm a freaking Divine Blade. It's like, no, you're not. It's just funny.
I'm just looking like Green. Just sit down. The real heroes are here, right?
Real main characters are talking now.
Exactly. Like God damn it. Yeah.
But it does, yeah. It plays very similarly to the Daybreak games. It still has a lot of the same moves. Things are a lot more powerful though, which I think will be good. But yeah, the ZOC form is probably going to be the way that you will want to utilize the action in combat the most, which means you just basically have to use the dual arts and everything that was already introduced in the second one. So I'm excited to see more of how that evolves the battles and the engine. I also got to play Ys 10, Proud Nordics. Unfortunately, the demo that I had to play was basically just a segment from the original Ys 10 Nordics. So I didn't get to see a lot of the Proud Nordic stuff in it, but the thing they wanted to show off is just how well it plays on Nintendo Switch 2, because the original Nintendo Switch 1 version of Ys 10 Nordics did not play the best. But the version that they have for Nintendo Switch 2 plays extremely well, and I'm sure that's the reason they wanted to bring it to PAX, was to show off. Is like, yeah, Ys 10 is going to be good on the Switch now. As long as it's Switch 2.
Jeez.
The other game that I got to play with NAS America was the new game that they barely just announced like a week ago, which was Star Bites. So Star Bites is a turn-based JRPG, and it is all about mechs and mech combat. Mm-hmm. So the interesting thing is, when I did an interview and discussed it. We'll probably have that up eventually this month, I hope. But the interview that I got to do after the combat, basically it's turn-based. It has a lot of different systems and a lot of different like types of attacks you can do for certain characters, and you can also customize their mechs to do different moves and skills, and you can also change the appearance and everything. But the interesting thing is Star Bites takes a lot of inspiration from Akira Toriyama's version of mechs, which were a lot more like smaller scale, but also a lot heavily detailed mechs. So if you like the mechs from, say, like Dr. Slump or Sandland, that's what you're going to probably recognize from this art style, which is fun because that's something I literally asked during the interview. Was just like, did you base this off of Sandland? Because this feels like it has so much Sandland inspirations. And yes, he did. But he specifically noted that it was more Dr. Slump than Sandland. So... But, similar mech styles because, same author.
Yeah.
And that was basically the first day. The second day of PAX, we had a meeting that I can't disclose yet. But then after that meeting, we went to another meeting with Square Enix, where Square Enix let me try out Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles. I got to play that for an hour. They basically put me through the tutorial, and then after the tutorial, they put me in a little bit further in the game to like test out some of like the more higher end mechanics. So I got a lot more usability out of like summoners and dark mages, and being able to maximize how much I could remember of Final Fantasy Tactics, which ironically felt weird because I remembered a lot of how moves and stuff worked with it. So it felt like it was almost like, oh, I'm coming home. Final Fantasy Tactics, you're back.
Jeez.
And it feels, it feels so surreal, but it's also like, it still plays really, really good. And it's still just like, this is why Tactics ages extremely well.
Oh, yeah. As well as
it's Tactics too.
Yeah.
It is Tactics Ogre. What do you expect?
Oh, here we go. Knew that was coming.
What do you
have against
Gensilius if it wasn't for Tactics Ogre?
They're basically the same game. Come on, let's.
No, they're not.
Yeah, but it's Final Fantasy.
Look. Okay,
no, they're not the same.
All right. I'm sorry. One's an isekai political fantasy. One's a deep political fantasy. I'm sorry. And mechanically, they use the same mechanics.
No, they're not isekai.
No.
Final Fantasy Tactics Advance is an isekai. Final Fantasy Tactics A2 is an isekai. Okay.
Yeah.
Those are isekais. Tactics
they're all...
it's not an isekai.
It's not an isekai. It's an isekai.
See,
Gotcha.
we're giving you all this for free, guys. Come on.
Exactly.
So it was really, it is fun. I do highly recommend it, especially because the thing that surprised me during the actual playing wasn't just the fact that it had like the voice acting, which was I already knew that there was going to be lots of voice acting, but even like the battle dialogue and like the battle sections were also voiced. And like the actual like combat was voiced, so it's just like this is actually really cool.
So they went the Tactics Soga Reborn route. So
Yeah, exactly.
You heard somebody. It's
It's as if you stood there and say before.
when they disappear, they die, and you hear them.
So yeah, they did that, and I mean, yes, I'm sure that should have been something I should have thought about, but at the time of playing it, I didn't think about it until it happened. I'm like, whoa.
But wait, Scott, is this like when you hear the voiceovers? Does it also translate to the? Because I know there's two different versions, right? Like you have the modern version. You also have the I guess the classic version of this.
Yeah, the classic version. It is mostly the modern voice actors. So all of the modern voice actors basically did all the lines.
Okay, so
and
like
all the stuff.
If you play on the old school version, there's not going to be voiceovers, right?
There might not be. I didn't swap between the two because they only let us play the modern version of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sure if I had more time, because the Square Enix meeting was like an hour a demo, and they had a lot of demos they wanted to show off. Like if you have extra time after the demos, you could even try out Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate on the Nintendo Switch 2, and I'm like, I don't think I'm going to have time. But thanks for the offer.
But did you, like, when you were playing Tactics, did you try doing, like, I don't know, like, maybe, like, the 3D stuff? Like, you know how you can actually, like, pretty much rotate the
map? Yeah. You can do that with the right analog stick. You can rotate the map around.
Nice.
Which is pretty nice, because sometimes your characters will get, like, stuck behind a wall and you can't see them, but then you can rotate the map, and it's like, there they are.
Exactly. I'm kind of glad for that, actually. I'm glad they brought that back.
Yeah. So it plays really well, and it ran pretty seamlessly. But they basically all of the demos that they had us play were running on PlayStation 5, base PlayStation 5s, by the way, not pros.
Base. I'm definitely can't wait for it. Like, especially I'm playing it on Switch, so it's gonna be fun to like just bring that around. Like,
Switch.
Nice.
No.
Why not? It belongs on handheld. Like I have it for Vita too, and PSP. So
I mean, I'll probably play it on Steam Deck if I get it on Steam, or I'll get it on Switch too. So we'll see.
Physical. I gotta see it.
Yeah, that's true. I like physical copies. The other game that I can talk about from Square Enix was Octopath Traveler 0 was the one that we got to try out. I'm kind of disappointed in the demo, not because of the game, but because of where they started us at the demo. They started us like a few hours in, so we didn't get to experience the beginning of the game where you get to create your own character, create your own town and all that. So we had to get the customized character and the customized town from the demo. But I guess the reason they did that is because they didn't want to have people spending too much time on customizing characters and stuff. But that's what I wanted to do. So we gotta play. So we gotta play through a few hours later, and they put us on a quest. And they basically just said, try to solve the quest, which it wasn't a very difficult quest to solve. It was just like the person wanted you to attack a bunch of lizard people to then get him on your side, because the whole thing of Octopath Traveler 0 is getting more and more people to join you. And so you have to do a lot of different quests and what's known as like paths to help. And you can either get people to join you in your party, or there are people you can help join you and in your town, and there's people you can help join you as a helper. So people in the party are pretty self-explanatory. You hire them, they are in your party. They will always be in your party, and you can swap them out at any time. You have a front line of 4 people and a back line of 4 people, and you have like a reserve of like 30 slots. So there's a lot of characters you can get in the game.
Yeah,
Well, Suikoden, Batman.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
The next one, which was the helpers, if you hire them, you can actually have them help you in a fight. You have like a certain amount of uses you can have with them, and they'll do like specific weapon damage or specific weapon attacks they can do for a period of time during the battle. And then there's people who can help to join your town. So when you make your town and you want to build it up, you get them to help be in your town, and people who are joining your town will either like help you with your building speed or like your building allotment, your inventory capacity, will help you with like how many things you have in the shops in your town, or you can have like different merchants that show up. So there's a lot of things that these people bring to your town if you hire them to the town, but it will require them to either get something from you, or they'll ask you to do something for them. Like, hey, I want you to find this for me, or I want you to give me this amount of money, or I want you to promise me that you can pay me this amount every single cycle or something like that. So you just have to pay them more than the other people sometimes. So Octopath Traveler has a lot of depth in that regard. Otherwise, it's like basically the same as Octopath Traveler battle systems go. It's just the difference is how the characters are in your party, because there's a large cast of them. You aren't stuck with, I wouldn't say stuck, but you don't have only 8 to choose from. You've got like 38 to choose from to make parties of 8, where the 4 people in the front line are basically battling, and the people in the back line are healing every turn. So when your person attacks in the front line, the person behind them basically heals a bit of HP and SP, so that when your person is healed up that you want to use, you can then swap out again and have that person heal and have the other guy attack. Oh, wow. So it's all about like trying to figure what you want in a party, but also make sure that you have someone who can do similar things in case you want that person to start healing. But you don't want it 100% similar, because there might be something, say, like your mage can only use like tome attacks or rod attacks, and the enemy that you're fighting doesn't really get hurt by that at all. So you want to swap out, and maybe this person has like a fan instead of a book, and then the fan actually hurts them more. So you have a variety of weapon types and options, and each character, at least from what I played, had 2 different weapons that they could use. So the main character, yours, that I was playing, like your main character played with like swords and spears, and you were basically had moves and skills based on that. And so the other one I can't talk about is Square Enix. I'll have to discuss that next week. But then after Square Enix, I got to actually go and figure out Pokemon Legends EA, because I got one of those warp pipe passes, those like lottery things that hopefully you might win a spot or not. And I did win a spot. I got to play. So Pokemon Legends EA, I got to play for about 25 minutes. It wasn't very long. They had us do the battle tutorial, which took 10 minutes, and then they made us do a raid boss, which took another 10 minutes. And honestly, it felt a little more clunky than I would like, because they're trying to do an action combat type setting. But they don't have like basic attacks. You only have the same 4 attacks your Pokemon has, and all 4 attacks are off of a cooldown system. So you can have your Pokemon use an attack, and then that goes on cooldown, and then you have to wait for it to cool down, or you can use a different one of your attacks that's already off cooldown. And you basically just have to categorize like your rotations and stuff with that. Which, to be fair, I use Growl a whole lot more than I usually would in an actual Pokemon, because Tackle or whatever other moves are always on cooldown.
Right, yeah, because it's like I would say, like, if you play Pokemon at a higher level, the only time you'd be using debuff, this is a stab combo, where like Leer, or you're using Dragon Dance, and you just kill them turn based. So now that you're kind of forced to use all the skills, it seems interesting. It seems like you're trying to MOBAify it, ARPG type it. I thought they would just take the Arceus route, because Arceus was probably the best Pokemon game they made in like a long time.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So it's interesting, and we'll want to test it out further when it comes out, because I feel like I don't think I had enough time in the game to really justify like judging all of it. Just for me at that time, it felt clunky, and I hope that it's not as clunky when it actually comes out. Like the actual performance on Switch 2 was good. Like it ran really well, especially when it had like all these effects and things from like the raid boss that you had to fight. Because basically, I mean, all the raid bosses are just mega evolved Pokemon. And so you basically in the raid fight will want to just deal damage until your mega ring has enough energy to mega evolve your Pokemon. And then basically your Pokemon will start actually doing damage to the other mega evolved Pokemon. So it was a lot more engaging too, because you had to make sure that you had to dodge, not just your Pokemon, because the mega evolved Pokemon will be going after you instead of your Pokemon.
Okay.
Which is kind of scary at times, but I knew they took that from Legends Arceus. But it was fun, but I still wish that it didn't feel like it gave me enough to really judge the game. And then the last game that I got to check out was My Hero Academia All's Justice. And that one was interesting. So I've only played the first My Hero Academia One's Justice. I did not play the second one. And because of that, I probably was rusty. It plays a lot better, though, than One's Justice. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not pretty sure. I'm sure it's a lot more polished. But it's still a bit slow and floaty in terms of the actual arena fighter genre. But I think that's a lot of the problem with basically any arena fighter that isn't like Shippuden or Dragon Ball, is they always feel super floaty in terms of how movement feels. So that's the only problem I had with the movement and stuff, because that's kind of I'd always want to make sure I could run, but it felt better to jump and then dash, because running didn't feel like it did much actual for your speed. So we actually have all my footage from the game on our YouTube channel that you can see. And I was struggling a bit, especially in the beginning, with trying to figure out my combos and moves. Just funny, because our YouTube comment section is like, this person doesn't know how to play. I'm like, it's a brand new game. Of course you know I don't know how to play.
You game journalists don't know how to play games, man. You suck.
I'm sorry that I'm not playing for 2 hours at a time to figure mechanics out, when it's just like, I first got my hands on the game since the very first game showed up. And oh no, I'm not a perfect player.
God.
But I still did decent-ish enough that the people at Bandai were like, oh, you can do the higher level CPU fight. And I did. And I didn't get destroyed, but I lost.
See, the problem was Scott didn't listen to the people, and they were like, you sure you want to put the CPU up that high? And he was like, yeah. And they're like, it's kind of hard. And you're like, nah, go ahead and do it. Of course, the second time, he's like, no, we're going to put this down now.
Well, the other problem, too, that they didn't tell me until after I chose the fighters, is apparently Uraraka is actually, OP in this game. Because she has a lot of range and a lot of speed, and a lot of, her abilities is basically making your character get off position, so that you're always going to be missing her, or she'll always put you a little higher up than her so that you can't hit her. And it's super annoying, but at the same time, it's that's her power set. That's supposed to be her thing. Make you have so much inconvenience trying to fight her.
Crazy.
But yeah, so apparently she's really busted in this game. I'm sure she probably was busted in My Hero Academia One's Justice 1 and 2 too. I just never really played her. I just did the story where you basically play as Deku all the time. But yeah, so All's Justice, I think, will be fun. I think my favorite thing about this game, though, is we talked to them, and they did say that it's going to cover not only the last season of the anime, but the season that's coming up from the anime. So it's going to be covering up till the very end of the series. So that's going to be exciting, because that means they don't have to make another My Hero Academia All's Justice 2 to do the next season.
Mm-hmm.
But that also means that they're probably going to have things they're going to have to keep shut for DLC, because I'm pretty sure that they're going to want to have the anime do certain things first before it shows up in game. Not like the manga already has everything, but people don't always read manga. Which was actually one of the questions that I asked was, so does that mean we get the end of manga Deku to actually make sure that they were paying attention? Because if you know about the end of the manga, you know that Deku is a whole lot different at the very end than he is at the last season.
They weren't really trying to hint, because I was asking about, All Might's armor suit too, and they're like,
yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah, they were just dodging that question. But I knew that we didn't go for an interview. I was just asking that while we were in the thing playing, and I knew that they knew the answer, but... Yeah, they weren't very. They wanted to dodge a lot of the questions for those of us who did read the manga.
No. This is going to have the largest roster of any of our games. So I'm like, okay, so answer the question.
Yeah, and they did say that this will be the only My Hero game that will have all of 1A as playable characters. because 2 didn't have some from 1, and 1 didn't have all of them from 2.
Yeah, but what about would they have the transfer school kids and the 1B kids? Would they have them as well? Oh, I'm sorry, I read the manga. My bad. My bad. I read the manga. Volume 42 to Volume 1 comes out in October.
Yeah,
so
we only had access to I think like 10 characters. There's supposed to be more than 30, I believe, is what they said.
It's like 30 something, 31, I think.
Yeah, so we only had 1/3 of the roster, and all of it was either 1A or it was the senior class with Mirio. So we didn't have a lot of characters to choose from, but we did get the end of season. What's his name? Shigaraki. That's the guy's name. Yeah. So
we didn't get All Might's suit.
We did not get All Might suit, but we did get All Might. But I mean, that's easy to always have All Might in these games. He's the defining icon. As much as Deku wants to be the defining icon, it's All Might.
Well, technically speaking, if you want to be really in lore, technically the icon's actually Endeavor. But hey, I read the manga.
He was amazing.
Endeavor's there too. Yes,
he was amazing.
Endeavor had a lot of good range, especially his combo, because he'll do normal hits, but then he'll add fire to it, so it has a little more range. And his last hit is a solid, just beeline for the end of the arena. So
fair enough.
Endeavor's pretty good, and his ultimate does do a lot of damage, and so does Dobby. We had Dobby in there too, and he had a lot of damage too. He could pull. Yeah. So there's a lot of good moves.
Yeah, I mean, they had to make Dobby powerful in-game because in storyline, he's actually dog weak, and he should be. Again, read the manga. If you don't understand why Dobby's weak, you have literary problems. You don't know how to read. Anywho.
Whoa, because Todoroki only has half fire, but he still has higher fire than Dobby, whose whole thing is just fire. No.
Well, Dobby doesn't really have real fire. He had to sacrifice himself to do so. Therefore, it's just pain. Therefore, he just willed it. It's like Punisher. Yeah. The Punisher can will himself to beat you, but he's not unkillable.
Yes.
So yeah. If you think it's a power set, I mean, sure, willpower, blah blah blah. But anywho, do we have Lash version of Deku or no?
That's what I wanted, but right now so the version of Deku that we got to play was basically the final, not the final season, but the season from last season Deku, where he had access to basically all the powers of One for All.
And they did his moveset really nice.
His moveset's really good, and you can in the hub, the lobby where you actually get to move around and discuss people, you can actually have him swing around like Spider-Man all over the place as he whips with the black web. It's actually really fun.
No. Lash, not web. Marvel will sue. Remember, Marvel will sue. Even though Kyohei did work for Marvel in the past, they will sue.
I'm going to call them web. I don't give a crap. No.
Do not get Kyohei sued, Scott. This is a serious topic. Say Lash.
Lash.
Anyways, that was all the games that I got to experience at PAX West.
And for me, I pretty much played everything that Scott played, with the exception of a handful of them. And I didn't really play a lot of games at PAX, unfortunately. Either I was around with Scott, or the first day I was in a panel, so that took up most of my day.
Yeah.
Other games I wanted to play, like Borderlands 4, the lines were ridiculous, super ridiculous. It's 50 minutes, then it turned into 2 hours. I'm like, look, I'm not going to sit in line.
It's not worth it.
You know the worst part is that my brother is we're both Borderlands fans, and my brother's like, I hate Randy Pitchford. I think he's an empty-headed dumb moron who should never have a job. But I also like Borderlands. Welcome to the struggle, my friend. So we're forking up money right now to pick up Borderlands because we're probably have to buy the deluxe version that comes with the season pass because again, blah 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 blah, get ripped off, blah blah blah, pre-order, blah 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 blah.
So I didn't stay in line for that, and there really wasn't a lot of games at PAX this year.
No, so a lot of the publishers that we saw last year weren't even there.
Yeah,
Exceed, which is one I always make sure to go to, wasn't there.
And the indie section was smaller too.
Yeah,
it was wow, this is not what I wanted. I did play the new upcoming Souls-like first person perspective of Valor Mortis. That what's up with their last second. I talked to them for a little bit. The developer's really cool. I wrote up my talking with them and playing the game. It's an interesting concept. I'm not 100% sure with it, but what I played nailed at least what they were trying to do. but they're really big action RPG guys. They really love playing action RPGs. And I was sitting there quizzing them for a while. So it was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, the interview that I did is not usable because the floor was so freaking loud, like literally so damn loud. PAX, Repop, you need to have interview rooms so people can go and have interviews because it's impossible to do them on a damn floor.
They don't have a like interview rooms.
No,
No,
they don't. No, they don't.
Usually, you have to hope that the booth that they're in has like a smaller enclosed space that has a little less noise.
or if they're willing to walk to a location, someone manage that booth for them. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you like,
we also have people running from the camera, even though the camera's right there, and they're like, we're like each like this, right? And they're making a habit to walk between us, even though we're as close as we can to the booth. Like, why are you doing that? You see the camera and two people talking. Why are you being an ass?
Laziness.
So
it's just terrible. Yeah, people like that. I was gonna say that if you like that game, you also like Mortal Sin. It's a first person. I know the game. It's a first person action RPG game. I'm surprised that's making a comeback. Me and my grandpa age, like, so we're bringing back first person dungeon action crawl. I
thought this was always the thing since Citron Odyssey. Like, what are you talking about?
Whoa! Don't show my age here. I'm a young whippersnapper in my prime of my life. I'm the hot diggity, right? Is that what they say, Kevin? What they say, the hot diggity?
But we don't have much time. So let me get back to what else I did, because again, most of the stuff Scott did, I did. I actually had more time, hands-on time with stuff like controllers. I talked to Hyperkin about their upcoming competitor controller, which is basically a DualSense for the place for PC and for Xbox. It's not as good. It doesn't have any of the technology that Sony has in the DualSense, but it has the form, and apparently people want that. I don't know why. I saw this controller at CES 2025, and it reappeared during PAX West 2025. But the funny thing is, it was in this really small ass booth. Like, the booth was no bigger than my desk. Literally, that was it. Tucked in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, what the hell? You're showing off this, and they showed off the new guitar they're working on. I was like, yeah, this is it. One guy there for the entire time. I was like, wow, that's disappointing. Made it over to the MSI booth where Scott and I both were there talking about their hardware, and we got to actually try the MSI Claw. AI Plus, finally.
AI Plus, yep.
And it feels great. It plays great. It performs great. It's a really nice piece of hardware. It's just,
it feels a lot lighter than I was expecting too.
Yeah, I had my ROG with me, and I took it out. I was like, yeah, it's definitely lighter. It's just you can't get a hold of it unless you want to buy it from scalpers.
And scalpers are a no.
And I told him this is ridiculous. He's like, yeah, the people above are actually trying to do this fake shortage thing like Nintendo did. I'm like, well, it's not helping.
No.
So it's like, we want to know how the public thinks about it. Like, well, when they can't buy it, you can't tell what the public thinks about it. Only people that have access to it are your influencers and your YouTubers, and that's just it. That's garbage. So
yeah,
that I really didn't play a lot of games at PAX, man, other than the ones that Scott already talked about. Didn't do a lot.
Didn't
you play was it Crimson Desert 2 though?
Yeah, but we talked about that to death. It's literally what you and Scott, you and Jordan have already played twice.
Yeah.
It was like same thing, just I got the chance to play it because I was supposed to play it at a Summer Game Fest. I was like, no, you play it and I'll go do something else. So,
yeah, you got to do Dying Light the Beast, I believe, while I was doing that.
Yeah, so that's all it was. And even that wasn't there. It was
Techland wasn't there.
The problem with this year's PAX West was it was a week after Gamescom. Not even a week, was it?
It was, because like Gamescom I think ended on, was that Tuesday?
Yeah.
So it was less than a week.
Said they flew in from Gamescom.
Yep.
So a lot of people just were like, we're not coming.
Yeah, they're already going like on 100% energy because they already lost all of it.
So
from Gamescom.
Yeah, it was. This was the second time going to PAX West, and I said the first time that it wasn't the best experience compared to going to PAX East so many years in a row. And I was like, all right, I'll give it one more year to see if it's worthwhile. And outside of the Microsoft experience, and of course Bandai Namco as always, I didn't think it was worthwhile, at least not for me, which was sad. So I may not go back again. We'll have to wait and see. They did announce that it's coming back the same time next year, which means right after Gamescom again.
And
That's
still
gotta be
Labor
a
Day,
problem.
but Labor Day weekend is a whole week later next year. But yeah,
Jeez.
It's the 4th
It's the
to the 6th.
yeah,
What they
4th through
think they
the
said was?
6th or 5th through the 7th.
So, I didn't play it, but I did see a couple games running on the Switch too. Did want to make a note of that. I saw Borderlands 4 running on the Switch too, and it did not look bad. It looked pretty decent. Assets
Yeah.
looked good, had a decent frame rate. I was impressed by it. Then I saw people playing Elden Ring on it, and I was like, "Oh, what the hell is this?"
Yeah, 5th through the 7th next year.
I mean, if you have to play it on the Switch too, go for it. It's not bad, but correct me if I'm wrong. They were like saying that the Switch 2 was as powerful as the Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
I think that's what they said, but I think it's more it can run games as well as those.
Okay, 'cause it did not look. It's definitely 30 frames per second, and not being a frame rate snob, but it just. If you're looking to play Elden Ring on your Switch 2, there you go. It's there.
So it's good on the go, pretty much. Just
I mean, I can play it on the go with my Steam Deck. It's just, and it plays better.
oh wow.
That's the thing with Steam Deck is you can scale it to how you want it.
I wanted to get in line to play, but again, the Nintendo lines were just ridiculous. Because I
They
wanted to
really
go through
were.
the options to see what was in there. I really doubt that From Software took advantage of the Switch 2 hardware, so I doubt there's any upscaling of DLSS, which is very frustrating because From Software likes to take shortcuts, and apparently, if your name is not Armored Core 6, they're not going to put any effort into you, which does not make any sense.
Yeah.
So
Great game, horribly optimized.
yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
If you're looking for a console good experience, you're still going to have to run with the PS4 version running on a PS5.
I'll tell you this though: if Metroid was there like it was at Gamescom, I would have sat in line and played it. But
Yeah, it's sad that they decided to swap
Wasn't
that
it?
out for Silk Song.
Dude, I was about to play that at Fan Expo last
you
week.
should
but
have.
oh,
Everybody said
the
that
line.
was so good. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, I want this now. But yeah, everybody said is going gaga with Silk Song. I think the FOMO is real. I think Team Cherry is going to have a hit on their hands regardless if people are going to buy the game and go, oh my God. I'm like, have you ever played the first one? No, but this one is so good. Okay. To their credit, it's a Metrovania, so you don't really need to play the first one, but there's a lot of lore behind there. So maybe you should go back and find out who Horn is.
Yeah.
Do it anyway. I mean, wait, when does the game come out? Very
September
soon, right?
5th is when it comes out, so we still
Yeah.
got like 3 days.
Oh, Friday?
Yeah.
Friday. And remember, folks, no review codes. We're all going in line.
Everyone's starting at the same time.
Jeez.
So it's going to be fun. I might stream that. Or just, play for S and Gs.
I mean, it's $20, which isn't a bad price.
Nope, it's a fantastic price. Team Cherry is going to make a killing on it. And everybody's going to go, why is this game so cheap?
Because they were able to sell very well on Hollow Knight, which gave them a lot of money they can use on this, and then now this is probably going to sell like hotcakes
And
too.
you're selling even better now.
Yeah, a lot of people bought Hollow Knight this week or last week after it was released.
It was a well tactical sale. That's why too. They dropped. It was like $4.99. It was a tactical sale. They knew. Look,
Yeah.
Team Cherry. I don't care what anybody says. The price of the game, blah blah blah. Look, stop being a hater. Either you're gonna play it or not. I have to give props. Game recognized game. They managed to have a perfect price point. They have hype for the game. A well-made game, regardless you could argue the mini schematics. It's not scoped properly. They took too long to do this. Blah blah blah. A masterpiece is a masterpiece. I'm sorry. I look. We waited roughly half a decade for BG3, and it's still one of the greatest RPGs of all time. That's all I gotta say, man. Good game is a good game. So STFU. So I got game recognized game teacher. You guys did it.
So
Took almost a
you're
decade.
saying, I agree with that. It goes back to Blizzard's old mantra where it release it when it's done, and that just went out the window for that company. So whatever.
Oh,
Well, they're not a real company.
Long time.
They
Yeah.
exist. They're not a real company. Don't worry about them.
long time.
So
They're
that's it.
I mean,
That was a
Overwatch
PAX
problem.
experience.
And we still had the complaint, though, where PAX decided on the final day to have to make
Oh
media
my
go
God,
at the
thank you
same
for
time
reminding
as the
me.
public queue.
So Repop, WTF, Friday, no problems. Saturday, no problems. Sunday, your enforcers became dickheads and were like, hey, look, you can't go upstairs. I need to go to the media room. No, you can't go upstairs. Nobody go to the media room. I'm like, media room, need to go up there. Drop my stuff off up there. You can't go up there, sir. You got to get in the queue line. Bro, I'm not trying to go to the expo floor. I'm trying to go to the media room. It's not even near that place. No, you can't go that way. What the F? It's like,
Yeah, it
no, we got
really
an
doesn't
appointment
make
at 10
sense
o'clock.
for
We have
me,
to be
too,
over
because
there.
I came in about 10 minutes after you, and they let me into the media room.
They were just being a dick.
So it was
I know
the classic R word. Hooray! Hey,
I don't know if it was that. It might have just been a different enforcer at the time. He just asked me if like I had a meeting I needed to get to.
A lot of people were getting really pissed off.
Yeah.
At that guy. It's like,
Yeah, it was like unironically the classic R word, or my favorite term, incompetence, which is that term leads to anyway. So yeah. Anywho,
you gotta change that crap, or make that media hour even longer so we can get stuff done, like interviews without
the public.
Or as I suggested for PAX East, this is my opinion. Until the conventions are over, the convention starts at 10 or 11, 10 a.m. or 9 a.m. whatever. That's the media. The media gets for an hour ahead, all 4 days. That's it. That's all I ask for.
A lot of people have been saying that, and they just, it's like, I don't get it. Why? If you can do it the first day, why can't you do it for the rest of the days? I don't understand what the problem is.
It's confusing.
Going to get there regardless. I mean, let's be honest. I really do feel like this is a problem that this is not us. There are some people that are in the media space that are act a little privileged. Okay, they can be better than the world, blah blah blah, all that jazz. But the problem is that like you're punishing a bad few apples for majority that's not like that. I think it's an attitude thing. I really think it's just like, well, we gave you peasants your 1 hour. Go to the con like the rest of them. I'm still going to con anyway. Come on.
I mean, an hour is not even enough time.
No, it isn't. Especially if you want to get to like the stuff you don't have appointments for, because usually all the other media doesn't have appointments for that, and so all the other media will go to say like Nintendo or Borderlands 4 because both of them aren't doing appointments.
Yep. So it was a tad frustrating and just same crap again. I was hoping they wouldn't do it, but like, yep, we did it again. So
it's just problematic because it's like from my perspective, like I've been to PAX East, I've been to PAX West once, and Scott owes me a free Dick's Burger. It's a burger joint. I want to go try it because I want to try it. He owes me that, but it bums me out that like I generally think that my honest opinion, the lack of like all I get's a room, a locker, and that's it. And I'm like, that to me is the basic. I should probably get an hour early every day. Even then, that's not enough. I can schedule all 4 days. It's just that's it. Yeah. It's a headache. But anyway, I'm glad you guys had a good time, and I'm glad that Scott, you did do a backflip, right?
Define backflip.
Jumping with 2 knees in a circular motion, landing backwards midair.
As long as it's fine with landing on the butt, then yes.
I'm not a gymnast, but I think landing on the feet is the appropriate way it should be. But hey, keep it as it is. Yeah. Also, I'm surprised you didn't ask the NIS to, NIS people, did Estelle save the Crossbow Liberation? I need to confirm. We need to know that. Did she launch a rocket to send Van to space? Was that confirmed?
I was just hyping up Kevin the whole time I was there, to be honest.
I can't believe it. I can't believe you betrayed us for Kevin. Not even Aaron Wang, the most prettiest person of all of Langport.
He wasn't even in the demo. We did get Brigard though. That was cool. We got Brigard finally. For those who don't know, Brigard wasn't in Daybreak 2. He was in the first Daybreak.
Wait. So are you serious? He's not in Daybreak 2? Slight spoilers. What the? Oh, that's bull.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He's doing important stuff.
Riding his motorcycle and drinking allegedly not scotch.
Exactly. So we got to play as I got to play as Kevin, and that's all that matters. I'm going to be maining as Kevin the whole game when it comes out.
can't believe you're willing to portray Van Archive for that. I can't believe it. Archive.
I'll have him in the party. He's a good tank.
He's a good. He's got infinite. He's got infinite meso though. He's got infinite.
I mean, have you seen how good he can throw a coin? I mean,
Oh god! If you guys know the joke, he has a move called like "This'll Hurt." Essentially, it's a taunt mechanic, and he throws money at you. If you look at the range of that move, it is the whole freaking arena. He can hit you from the end to head. A real freaking. It's a Magneto laser, Kevin. You know Magneto beam? It's amazing. It'll hit full screen, get aggro, will save your marriage, will actually save your housing crisis, will pay your rent. That's how good that move is.
And he debuffs he debuffs the enemy's attack power and their arts power.
It's insane, bro. Yeah, it does that. Yeah,
it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it doesn't need to.
It doesn't need to. It's to this day, I'm like, you gave me this skill on jump. Oh my god! Base Falcon right here, based.
That what makes him a good tank.
That sounds brutal.
Well, folks, I'm going to say we're going to have to call the end of the show. My headache is like, hey, guess what, Keith? You're over your time. It's time to start hurting you even more.
It's time to go take a nap. No,
go to sleep because, as Matt likes to say, I'm old now.
You're too old now. Like
I'm just injured.
You're injured. Yeah. Back in my day, you were able to run 10 miles up and down the Wall Street Road. Now you get a little headache and you die. What happened to you?
Man, I could get punched in the chest and be okay, but when you start giving me headaches, I got a problem.
Yeah.
Mainly because of the tinnitus. When the headaches come, the tinnitus gets worse. That's what's mainly the pain. So that said, folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody, Autobots, Decepticons, whatever, thanks for checking out Spectator Podcast episode 200. You can always find us at theouterhaven.net. You can find us over at Blue Sky. You can also find us over at X. We're still there. I guess we'll never leave because, being everywhere is a good thing, I suppose. You can also check our podcast on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Amazon. Where else can you find out? Buzzsprout, Spotify, and where else you can find great gaming podcasts. And as always, if you need something to check out or you want to help support the cause or you like great independent gaming journalism or geek culture journalism, check us out with outerhaven.net. We'll be there waiting for you, arms open. Right, folks?
See ya.
Transform and roll out.
and you can see us just saying nothing. Nothing.
I mean, what we want to say. You're going to end the podcast. Goodbye, everybody.
There you go. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.